Welcome to this guided meditation and hypnosis session to help you break unhelpful habits. Whether this is to help you kickstart your goals to attain your healthy weight, to quit smoking, or any other unhelpful habit, this session should benefit you. And you may have already attempted to break this habit using willpower. But willpower is in the conscious part of the brain, and all our habits reside in the larger, subconscious part of the brain. So while not impossible, it is slow, difficult, and often stressful to change using just willpower. And your subconscious, your habits, are normally in read-only state. Once the subconscious mind has learned, it resists relearning. But one of the ways the subconscious mind becomes open to change is when it enters a meditative or hypnotic state, whichever you prefer to call it. As you may start to appreciate that there is a different way to change, where there is no need for stress or strain. So let's start to do the good work by simply relaxing. And as this change is important to you, be sure that you have no other task at hand, never listening to this while driving or operating machinery. Giving your mind the best chance of change by paying full attention. And as you settle in, you can start by taking a couple of nice deep breaths in and out. And as you relax in, just feeling your mind settle, knowing that your mind will go to that place when it is ready, knowing that you have full control over this process. As you simply breathe in and out. And as you breathe in and out, notice how much more comfortable this is than battling with willpower. And as you follow my words, you know that these are only here to give you guidance on how to relax your body all the way through to your decisions to change. As you decide what to focus on. If you want this change, your subconscious mind will commit. And getting even more comfortable. There is no other discipline except giving my voice your full attention. As you sink back and bring your attention to my words now. As you move and adjust at any time. As you focus in on your breath as it moves in and out. And again, breathing in and out. Feeling cool air inhale, hot air exhaled. And whatever you feel whatever emotions are just fine. Just as there are no good or bad habits, because all the mind does is respond to what it has learned in the past. The same triggers, the same emotions are met with the same response. And your subconscious mind simply believes it is doing what is right for you. And as you sink deeper, you let go of any shame or self-judgment. This is what your mind has learned somewhere along the way. And as these words flow over your forehead now, there releases any tension. As you follow my words as I guide you to relax your face, release the muscles in your cheeks on the left and right side of your face. Feel the intention of these words. Release. And with a little more intention, you focus now just circling around your head. And over the top. You may feel something like a tight band release. Like taking off a tight hat at the end of a long day. Feels so good. And your neck now getting looser, like taking off a scarf after coming in from the cold. Neck and head relaxed as they sink further and deeper back. And now your body follows, and you can loosen your clothing if you wish. Remember that your comfort matters the most here. And at any time you can move, change position. And if you do readjust now or later, just take your time. Just nice, easy movements. Keeping your breath and heartbeat so steady and regular. Regular and steady. And your body too. Your body feels looser. as you feel shoulders following your neck. Also sinking further down. Feel your breathing generate relaxed ripples in your body. As you drop intention and focus into your body, a heightened focus on relaxation, deep calm, and bring your attention to your belly button now, and imagine ripples of relaxation emanating from your tummy button. Across your tummy, and any knots leaving if there are any. Feel these ripples of relaxation down the sides of your torso. And another drop of relaxation. Another ripple. Up and around your chest. Connecting with your heart, up to the base of your neck, and another ripple, sending it down your core, over your hips, down your sides. As your arms just lie loosely, your hands laying however you want them to be. And also your legs and thighs, your knees and calves. As you still follow my words, as you send a ripple of relaxation all the way down your right leg, and now down your left leg, as this all feels so good, so right. As your legs feel heavier, your arms so loose and floppy. Down to your very toes. And notice now how you can control and deepen this calm, relaxed state. As you pick any words that you choose to loosen any muscles, to release any remaining tension, if there is any. And as the outside world gets quieter, as your mind engages, I want you to imagine that you are in a room with 4 white walls. And there is a door. And until now you have been trying to control your habits by shouting through the walls in your mind, as this room is your conscious part of the brain. And this has no doubt led to some frustration, some chastising of yourself or judgment, feeling out of control, at a loss to know what to do. But you realize there is another option here, as you see a door, a white connecting door. A door that connects the conscious to the subconscious mind. And normally this is locked shut. But in this relaxed state, you see the door has slightly opened, as a thin beam of light shows that the door can be opened even more. I want you to fill your mind with these 4 white walls, to see this scene through your own eyes, standing in this room. And you turn to face this white door, and you see the door handle and the chink of light coming through from top to bottom. As you fill the picture of your imagination with this white room, and you go and stand squarely in front of the door. And you reach out and feel the door handle. Feel the cool of the touch. The slight pressure in the palm of your hand. And you grip it. And as you turn it, you hear the door squeak a little on its hinges. And you pull it open slowly. And as you slowly open it, light starts to come streaming in. A thin line top to bottom at first. Then you open it more and you enter into the room. And on the far side you can see 2 large windows that lead to an outside space, with another door in between. And as you walk into this room looking left and right, you see the room is filled with cabinets and books, all labelled. Shelves of books and filing cabinets everywhere. And as you look around, you realize these are all your long-term memories. And over the other side of the room, you see the sun streaming in the 2 windows. And you walk over to one window, peering out, and you see there is a garden. And you know that this is where you need to be. This is the garden where all your habits live, where each habit starts by taking seed, From the day you were born, this is where your garden of habits has started to take seed. And as you open the second white door, the sounds of nature come in, of birds, of leaves rustling, and the warmth of the sun streams through the doorway as you step out into this garden. And you feel a breeze on your face as you look around this garden. There's a small fence around the outside, and there is a flower bed all around the edges, a few trees here and there. The garden is not too big and not too small. It is certainly enough for one person to care for. And off to one side is a small wooden shed, and the door is slightly open. You take a look inside and there are some old garden tools, some with cobwebs on them, others looking like they haven't been used for some time. Some are in fact quite rusty. But there's a couple of spades that look strong and sturdy, and a couple of large bags of topsoil. And you inhale that earthy, fertile air. Ready for change. And you go further into the garden, and although it could be beautiful, it seems somehow sickly, unkempt. And as you walk on the grass, you see the flowers around the edges. The leaves are curled and some are yellow, as if everything is diseased and malnourished. There is certainly potential for this to become beautiful. It is not too late. It is never too late. And you walk around the edge, noticing some smaller weeds here and there, the pale and discoloured, ill-looking flowers, and a couple of fruit trees, but they bear no fruit. They seem short and stunted. And after you finish your circuit around the garden, you go into the centre, and you notice in the very centre of the garden, surrounded by grass, is a tall, ugly, noxious plant. It's large and thick in the stem. It has a strong smell, gassy and rotten. It smells rotten, as if it has just been allowed to languish here for so long. It has short, spiky leaves and spines on its thick stem. And it has grown tall, taking over more and more space, as other plants are in its shadow. And notice as you circle around this big giant weed, how it looks to you. And this weed is taller than even the trees in the garden, because the weed is in the very center of the garden. It is taking all the soil nutrients, and now you realize why the flower bed and fruit trees are wilting and sick. This weed is taking up all the nourishment, pushing out space for the healthy plants. Just as this habit is simply taking up too much space in your mind and in your life. And as you circle around this weed, be really clear on what this represents. What habit describes this? Or what word describes this? Be clear now. And visualize how this weed in your mind feels and looks and smells. What is the emotion it evokes? What is the unwanted reaction it creates? And as you think below the level of the earth, as you can imagine how far and wide the roots go, ask yourself, what has deeply rooted this habit in my mind for so long? And as you think about dealing with this weed, as you realize now you have to go about this the right way to uproot this weed, think now about what you would like to plant in its place. What helpful habit? What new emotions are going to take root here? How will your life flourish once this habit is gone? What will fill the time and the space that this old habit used to take up? And you pick up one of the spades from the shed and think again of all of the reasons to uproot this, of the space that will be left in your garden, how beautiful this garden can be once this is gone. The space, the freedom, and you take the spade and put your foot on top, putting spade to soil, one foot to the ground, and you dig in and dig up the earth, and you grunt and heave up the dirt and throw it to one side. And you realize this is a tough task. And you suddenly remember the other spade. And as you are committed at doing this the right way, you are going to ask for help. That's right. You are going to ask for help. because no one ever said you have to do this alone. It is a challenge, but not impossible, as anything is possible. Positive change can happen at any point in your lifetime, and even easier with the right help. And you can think now about who you do want to ask for help. And as this is an important moment for you, you are equally selective with who you choose to ask to help you to uproot this weed. This is the garden of your mind. This space is special and sacred. Not everyone deserves to be invited in. And this is your story, so you choose. You may choose your adult self from the future, who is already free from this habit, who can come to tell you how wonderful life is without this weed. Or maybe you choose someone you trust, a trusted friend or family member. Or maybe this is a figure you want to create, a special someone that you can imagine you know. Or perhaps a spiritual figure that you have felt in your life. And you invite this person in. And you see them approach. And once this person comes in, they welcome you, and they even thank you for asking for help. And this friend tells you it is good to be needed. And you then both turn your attention to this weed. As your companion listens carefully, as you explain how you want to uproot this weed, to do it the right way, to make this a permanent change. And both of you grab a spade, and you start on with the work. And even though each dig with the spade is just as hard as the first one, it feels easier now. And every now and then your companion murmurs some words of encouragement. And each word boosts your adrenaline to dig and dig and dig. Dig deep. There are no shortcuts here. As the sweat breaks out on your brow, as you feel the strain in your back. But this is good work. As you expose the roots under the soil, you can feel this ugly thorn in your mind starting to loosen now. As you reach out for the thick stem, it has spines, but no matter. As you continue to dig, slowly loosening every part of this habit, every part of this weed in your mind. And as you continue to dig around and wide, notice now if any emotion comes up and accept them all. You are alive. You are learning and growing. And any other emotion which comes up, imagine it leaving your mind with every time you put spade to soil. You know that any and all release here is leading only to a positive path forward. And you pause and breathe. And your companion's eyes sparkle with energy, and you know that your eyes are the same. It feels good to be in control. And back to work as you both grasp the weed by the stem. As you both shake the weed back and forth, back and forth. And with one final push, you see the weed lean over and the roots come cleanly up out of the earth. And with one final creak, it keels over to one side, roots and all. And now both of you sit on the grass. Heart beating. Sweat dripping. And a job well done. And after a few minutes, your friend helps you dispose of the weed, putting it in garbage bags, and he or she takes them away and leaves you now. And you sit back, just catching your breath, looking at the hole that remains in the ground. And you lie back on the grass and allow your heartbeat to slow down. and your breathing to get steady again. And as your palms still feel a little raw, at the same time you feel the determination in each hand. And as you lie on the grass and look up at the sky, you see intermittent clouds passing by. As you open and close your eyes, and with the work you've done, you already feel tired. And it seems even harder to keep track of even a single cloud in the sky. And you just allow your eyelids to rest closed. And you decide what to put in the center of your garden. Maybe a special flower or tree. Maybe even a medicinal plant. Or some herbs, each one with a different scent and purpose. Or your favorite fruit tree. Something that feels like this is a place you would like to come back to. And as you manifest whatever plant or tree or flowers you want, and you place them into the center space of this garden, making sure it is solidly rooted, you make an agreement to come back regularly to this garden. Every time you return to this garden, you will uproot any small weeds, keep it clear of clutter, and plant even more beautiful things. Coming back to watch the flowers regain their beauty, to watch them bloom another season. And every time you listen to this recording, you will strengthen the new pathways in the garden of your mind. And every time you sleep, the old pathways of the old habit will fade and die off, just like the roots of the discarded weed. And you walk back indoors, into the room of your subconscious mind, looking at all the filing cabinets and books of long-term memories. And you may spend some time here too, organizing. But that is another day, as this work is more than enough for today. And in a moment now, I'm going to count you up. And as I count you back up, remember that every time you return to this recording, it will strengthen the new neural pathways of your habits. And every time you sleep, you will allow the old neural pathways of that old habit, that old weed, to simply dissolve away. and starting to come back up now to 1, feeling tired and proud of your work today. And coming back up to 2, now feeling your mind clearer than before. And all the way up now to 3, recalling how you asked for help, of how you chose the right person to help. And all the way up to 4 now, committing to return to tend to the garden of your own mind, to maintain your new positive habits. And 5, all the way back up now, eyes open wide awake, feeling your mind in full bloom. Thank you for listening to this. And if you enjoyed this, you may enjoy other recordings to help you break other unhelpful habits, whether for drinking, overeating, food cravings, and more.